Watch on mobile devices or the big screen, all for free. No subscription required. Download Beely now.
I can't remember the last time that I went to the toilet and had just a normal poo.
So I want to be the Melissa I used to be. I really do not think there's any cure at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we raise our glasses to the cleanest colons in all of Spain?
It's a new day in beautiful southern Spain, and Amy is doing her body brushing, part of the body cleansing and rejuvenation regime. She suffers from irritable bowel syndrome, a chronic condition causing bloating, constipation and flatulence.
I'm really sorry. It's really embarrassing, but I'm just going to have to fart, basically.
It's an embarrassing situation for any person to find themselves in, let alone a beautiful 24-year-old. She's come to the spa with a determination to rid herself of this condition and has been the first to respond to some of the treatments on an emotional level. After the highs and lows of yesterday, she's not sure she has the energy to climb the hill for yoga.
A bit worried because I'm tired already, so I'm thinking no food, 2 hours of yoga again. I think I'm going to need a little kick after that.
It isn't just Amy who is apprehensive about the yoga. Melissa struggled to climb up to the hill to it yesterday, but today she has a new tactic, to set off 15 minutes before anyone else. She is a compulsive overeater and since the birth of her son has more than doubled in size.
I have put on so much weight, that I've stopped caring.
The spa will give her the chance to gain control of her eating and put her back on the path to healthy living. While the rest of the patients struggle up the hill for the yoga, Amanda and Midi, the lead therapists, meet up to review the cases, an essential part of the process at this early stage.
Right, we've got 8 cases this week. Do you want to... Let's divide them up so we get 4 each, and we can manage them closely. Amy. Well, Amy's very easy to be drawn to because she's such an open, lovely person. The IBS is a huge issue with Amy.
It's a very hidden disease, and she's the sort of person other people would think, well, it's all right for her.
Yeah.
And it really shows how we never can see the big picture of someone's total life.
Yeah. Melissa, our character, she's such a big character. She talked about her past life as if it was a different person. Yeah. I used to be as slim as you are, I used to look like this, and I used to be a performer, and I used to do this, as if she's mourning that person. Charlotte and Damien kind of come together as a package, really, our fertility couple.
Often the focus is put on one. I mean, Charlotte has polycystic ovarian syndrome, but clearly Damien isn't very healthy either.
Yeah.
It's fantastic to have the two of them here together.
Yeah. Jodine, hyperhidrosis. It's an odd case, really. There seems to be some kind of psychological issue deep down. She says it's sort of nervousness, panic attacks.
And she's so young, and that's been going on all her life.
I know.
Tracy is a 23-year-old mother of 2, and her condition, psoriasis, is so embarrassing at its core to her that she won't even let her partner see her naked.
Right, we have 2 Daniels, very different Daniels. Big Dan. I think there's a huge amount of work to be done, but it's diet with Daniel.
Because I know he is so held back by his perceived idea of how he looks.
Smaller Dan, he is on really strong medication now. The eczema got so bad about 4 years ago that his dermatologist put him on really, really strong immunosuppressants. He knows that this degree of medical drugs is having an effect on everything else in his body, and he's only 33.
The yoga.
Well, you know, I can do the yoga, I can do the movement, and that's all right. But it's all that bunkum of Omin and all that, you know,
Chanting.
Mantras and stuff like that, which I just...
And third eye.
Third eye, what's that all about? It's just... I don't get that at all. I just really, you know, focus on your third eye. I've got two. You know, perhaps I'm not on that plane of understanding, but I'm just about a million miles off that plane of understanding. But I get the physicality of it. Although, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's absolutely awful.
I like the stretching, that's good, and the movements that you do.
Yeah, it's all that wuffly-fuffly stuff that I don't get.
Yeah.
You know, but perhaps that's just me being a bit Yorkshire and a bit blokey.
Chanting, which Damien doesn't get, actually encourages air to move back and forth, allowing better sinus drainage. Yoga promotes flexibility and muscle tone, but it is also good for relaxation, focusing and de-stressing, which could help in managing many of the patient's conditions.
The humming bit I just can't get.
Do you not like that bit? No, I quite like that bit.
Do you?
It's like it feels like it finishes it off, it's just like a release.
He may run his yoga class to a mixed reception, but Yair's main role here at the spa is as a therapist. Tracy is his first patient today. She's a 23-year-old mother of 2 and suffers from psoriasis, a condition that's controlling her life.
I never wear anything low cut because I get it on my chest. And if I go out in the street anywhere, no matter what the weather is, whether it's hot or cold, I always wear a jacket, even in the summer.
Can you give me the history?
It started when I was about 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
It's important for Yair to get as much detail as he can about Tracy's history, as diet, lifestyle and stress can cause or aggravate the psoriasis.
When my mum died, it came up, it was about 75%, 85%, my body was covered.
And how are you doing emotionally?
In general, I just have to cope, so I do. But out there, I feel very tearful.
So you're still experiencing the sadness of your mum death?
With bereavement, it's very much a personal journey. Some people can carry grief for 30 years. Some people can deal with it and face it very quickly. We have to tune into what Tracy wants.
And when it comes to tuning in, Yair is the spa's secret weapon. By studying Tracy's aura, he believes he can determine which part of her energy is blocked. He then uses the acupuncture needles to try to correct that imbalance.
I just put one in my finger and I just cried and cried and cried, and I closed my eyes and I could just see my mum coming near me, and then he put one in my leg and it just all went away. It was really strange. Really, really strange. Really strange. It was like a sign, you know, like, do you know what I mean? I believe in things like that.
8 Brits are 14 days in sunny Spain, but this is no holiday. It's 2 weeks of pummelling, prodding and pooing in the hope that alternative therapy will cure them of the embarrassing illnesses conventional medicine has not yet conquered. Amanda gets the group together every day to brief them on their upcoming therapies. And today's topic is the ultimate taboo.
So, daily update today. What we're going to do is just get yourselves ready for starting detox tomorrow. And that means continuing with your supplements that we gave you yesterday. I've just given you them out just now, and also giving you the kit, some of the equipment that you're going to be using over the next few days. Okay, and as from today, you're all going to go completely organic, and that's not just food, because you've been eating a total organic diet in the last 3 days. Now we're moving on to skincare and hair care, making sure that you're not absorbing any toxins from everything else that you're putting in your body. So we're providing everything: shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and this afternoon we've got someone coming up to help you make your own skincare products from natural materials. Boys as well as girls, you're going to sit there and learn how to make facial creams.
So can we lick each other's faces then after I've washed?
Well, what you do in the privacy of your own rooms is up to you two. We don't need to know, you know.
You take one and pass it on. And the groaning starts.
The sight of the clismatic and enema kits brings on a certain amount of apprehension, but these procedures are a regular part of detox therapy and help the body to eliminate toxins. Without such assistance, the therapists have found the body takes longer to detox and feels sluggish.
Now, the first time is always a bit strange. Trust me, when I started studying nutritional medicine, I had no idea and no plan to stand here in 10 years' time and be telling people how to sit on an enema. I don't think my father has ever gotten over the fact that I talk to people about shit all day. So it's just that this is how you really get results. This kind of combination really works. So we just need to get over that British reserve about doing stuff with your bottom and get on with it. Try it once, and believe me, it gets easier after every time.
It's all going too fast for me.
But we've not started yet. Today is just a preparation. It's about learning why. We're not starting this till tomorrow, so we're giving you a whole day to understand how it all works. If you need more time, if you need more explanation, that's no problem. Who wants to volunteer the bathroom so I can demonstrate? There you go. Taking on. So you four and me will go off and I'll show you how to use the clismatic and how to use this.
I think you'll be alright, Melissa, you'll be fine. Once you've done it once as well, you'll be fine.
Melissa, we'll spend a little bit of time in a while going through it all, okay?
Be fine. You can't be that bad otherwise.
I don't know.
Is it that you're scared of it? Or
I don't know. It's a nightmare.
why is it a nightmare?
This first foray into enema territory is scary for everyone, but Melissa is more worried than most. After the birth of her son, she developed endometriosis, which led to 2 operations, one that removed some of her bowel and a hysterectomy that took out her womb. She now feels that her insides are messed up, and even though she's been told this process is completely safe, she's emotionally unable to accept its benefits.
I'm a bit scared.
Yeah.
I am full of fear.
Well, let's see if we can help you with that and get your treatment just now. Okay? There's no rush.
Okay.
So while Yair will try to get to the bottom of Melissa's problem, the rest of the group will quite literally get to their bottoms.
Right, so this is your clismatic tip. It'll become your best friend in the next few days. Not just a friend, best friend in the next few days. What it does is it fits very neatly and snugly onto this part of the clismatic machine. And you're sitting really on about an inch. Okay, you can see at the level, it's just that top part. Because you're sitting down, I'm not actually sitting that, but you're sitting down. This is off, okay? Off is when it's across the way, and when it's up the way flush with the tube, that's when the water will start to flow. Now, it's not hot and it's not cold, it's body temperature. So sometimes you can't even feel it. And it'll kind of go, you might hear, you know, so it's all kind of bubbling through. The first time that you do it, chances are you'll not be able to hold it in for very long, and then you'll need to go. It's really just getting used to it and getting used to taking more solution inside you.
The clismatic may have lost its mystery for most of the group, but the fear hasn't subsided for Melissa.
The talk that
Amanda
gave us just frightens me.
She explained how to do the clismatics and the enemas, yeah? That's what she did? I wasn't present.
I think that's what triggered it off, really. I really don't know what's going on at the moment in my head.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I could run away, and that's being honest, you know.
I understand.
And, you know, just run away, just go, and not have any responsibilities. You know, I just sort of given up on myself. You know, given up.
What's upsetting Melissa is the contrast between what she was and what she now is. She used to be an international DJ. The birth of her son, who has cerebral palsy 14 years ago, transformed her from a jet-setter to full-time stay-at-home carer. It's a change Melissa still can't accept.
And I used to run, I used to go to the gym, you know, I used to be slim, I used to be fit, I used to be full of vitality.
So
I so want to be the Melissa I used to be.
The next technique is the enema. which is very straightforward also. This is just a mat to make it comfortable to lie down, because on this one you actually do lie down with your knees tucked up like this. Okay, very comfortable. And from here, it's very easy to insert it, and you can reach round and switch it on. Okay, very, very straightforward. I'm sure. At this point, you will start to feel the solution come in. You will feel the effects of this very clearly as we go through the detox. You'll actually get the kind of after effect. You'll feel when you do this kind of an enema. With men, almost comes quite competitive. It's like, did you have a good enema? Yes, I had a great enema.
Took it all at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's it. I took 3 litres.
Okay. Did you stop smoking?
No.
So you still smoke now?
I had one last night.
Okay. So
that's really good.
that's the last one you had. So I encourage you to, to be brave and not to smoke. I don't feel like I really was able to get to the root of what's going on with Melissa previously, like what's the roots for her condition. And I hope I'll be able to do it in further treatments. At least now she feels calm and she feels more in control of herself.
We're about to have a bit of fun now. We're going to go into everyone's room and see what kind of nasty chemicals we can find in terms of beauty and skincare products. So I think we'll start with Melissa. Talcum powder. That's pretty bad. Aerosol. Makeup. Oh, there. That'll do. Toothpaste.
This is war on 3 fronts. An organic-only diet, treatments to help their conditions, and to make sure their patients only use the organic products Amanda distributed earlier, the therapists raid rooms and confiscate body products they believe to be unhealthy.
Right, everybody, we've been to your rooms and we've had a good look and we brought a few what we consider toxic things. So we'll just start with 1 or 2 things. I mean, let's look at this. Disappearing colour lotion spray. Sunscreens, unless they're natural, contain estrogen mimics. So anyone with a history or history in the family of hormonal problems, male or female, shouldn't be putting stuff like this anywhere near the body, because your skin is like a big tongue and it absorbs things.
What would you say about a fake tan? Most self-tanning products, they actually contain metals and they actually rust in contact with oxygen, and that's why you tan.
Toothpaste.
It's mine.
It's the only thing we found in your room, but it's the great one.
Travels like good lad.
Toothpaste isn't a natural one, contains sodium lauryl sulfate.
Can't be now wrong with toothpaste, come on. I can eat that now, to be fair, I can eat that.
This particular chemical compound is a skin thinner. So it's not very helpful to have skin thinners in very sensitive membranes. And the most worrying thing about this, it says the children under 7 use a pea-sized amount and supervise brushing to minimise swallowing.
Is the minimising swallowing just to avoid the amount of fluoride though? That's what I was told. Yes. So that you don't have too much fluoride because you also get it in your water now.
Yeah. That's what I
Well,
was
it probably
told.
is, but that brings me to fluoride, which started life as a pesticide. So what on earth is it doing in the water or even in toothpaste?
I thought we needed fluoride, that's why they put it
For
in the
what
water.
purpose?
Isn't it for your teeth?
Fluoride is not the answer. The answer is diet. This is all I'm really trying to get across, is that you start thinking about everything.
If they're that bad for you, then why are they allowed to do it? Because you wouldn't be allowed to do other things if they were bad for you, would you?
It's a very powerful force, the companies behind these products. Everyone here is surprised at what I'm saying, because you've never questioned it.
No, it's true.
All of you have health problems, so you have to start taking that responsibility and looking at what you're eating and putting on your skin and other things that we'll talk about as the week goes on. Hala is going to do some hands-on making of natural products for you, so that'll be great fun. Enjoy.
And then we're going to try them out.
As the therapists believe that modern cosmetics contain too many toxins, Hala is demonstrating how to make organic cosmetics from natural ingredients. Unfortunately, ingredients which are edible, not ideal for a group denied their usual favourite foods.
Now I have to say, I'm not a big peach fan, but that is very, very nice. And if you don't do something with it very shortly,
We're all going
I
to
shall
jump
leap
for it.
over this table and shovel peach right down my throat. So, whatever you're going to do,
Yeah, do it quick.
get on with it and blend it.
It's very noisy.
It's still got my attention. Yes.
I would like an extra large doner kebab in a pita bread with salad. And like a garlic mayonnaise
She's
to dip
kebab,
my
man.
meat in.
It's absolutely kebab,
What
man.
would be nice?
Maybe I can do this. God. And Damien's just cracking me up with the food and the Tracy with their doner kebabs.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hungry am I?
25.
Yeah, I'm going to be 11.
They're winding me up. They've got to stop talking about food.
We've kind of figured out a new warrior pose for the yoga. It's that.
Just looking at those peaches and what she's doing is just winding me up.
Tracy's fight with her hunger is only a small part of her problem. She responded well to acupuncture this morning and has realised that an inability to grieve for her mother is contributing to extreme flare-ups of her psoriasis. Dealing with psychological trauma is a necessary part of treatment, so Amanda is chatting with Tracy to help her come to terms with her grief.
How old were you when she died then?
21.
Tell me a little bit about her and you.
The best of friends.
Really?
Yeah, she was fab. Brilliant. She's just wonderful.
I think she'd be pleased that you're here.
I hope so.
Okay. After your mum passed away, did your psoriasis get worse?
Yeah, a lot worse.
It got a lot worse.
A lot worse. It was about 80% of my body was just covered.
Right.
It was just really bad, and I just left it and left it and left it because I just couldn't be bothered with me. I just. I can remember walking in the room with my brother. My two aunties were there and my nana. And she went round every one of us and said our name. And she said, "I love you." And then she didn't speak after that. And I think she knew that it was her time. And she kept looking at the door in her room and kept saying, "Go away, I'm not ready. Go away, it's not my time yet." And then the night before she died, there was like 21 of us asleep in the corridors at the hospital. All the family were there. And I think she was just holding on because she didn't want to do it in front of everyone because everyone knew her as strong. And it was just me and John and my brother Joe and his girlfriend Jackie. And we were just sat round a bed. My mum opened her eyes and she looked at John. He was the only one awake, and he just said, we always called her Dippy. She was always called Dippy Di. And he just said, "It's okay, Dippy, I'll look after her." And she just took a big breath and she just closed her eyes, and it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. If I could just be half a mum to my kids that she was to me, I've cracked it then.
What's great about Tracy is that she has a very strong desire to get well, and she's got somebody to get well for, her husband and her kids, and you can't put that down too low on the scale of importance, because that sort of motivation means that she may well go that extra mile in terms of starting to eat differently and saying, this is actually going to work for me.
It's like I get it all out and then feel a bit relieved to get it out, and then I'll think about it again and I'll probably just churn up again, but it's nice to get it out and have a good cry. It's good for you.
In sunny Spain, 8 Brits are hoping the plunge into alternative therapy will wash away the embarrassing maladies that conventional medicine has not yet managed to eliminate from their lives. Tomorrow the group start their 7-day juice and broth fast, but for the moment they can enjoy the very healthy organic pre-fast lunch.
Ooh, look, rice cakes.
The group are not only weighing up the benefits of this diet, but also each other.
I think I've clicked with Jodine more than anybody else. I feel like I've clicked with her because we're similar in age and we've got the same kind of sense of humour. And it's nice to know that I've got somebody that I feel really comfortable with, and I know that I can just go to her if I need anything, and that's nice. You just don't realise, like, I sweat, and I just didn't realise that could be a problem for somebody else, you know. I was just a bit ignorant to it, really. Like Amy as well. Amy's nice, but she's suffering, really suffering, but inside, because I'm used to suffering outside, and you can see my suffering, you know. You can see if you need like a plasma or something, but when it's inside, it's, you don't understand it, do you, as much? I think everyone's got their own big issue to deal with, but from a mother's point of view, I feel more for Charlotte and Damien, because I've got children, and I just couldn't imagine it without them. You know, I've got something that they haven't. I just really feel for him. I really do. I feel very much for him.
We kind of get an inkling of why everybody's here, but nobody's directly said, like I've not directly said to anybody that I've got polycystic ovaries.
Well, yeah, I think it is one of those times when everybody's just a little bit awkward because we've all been thrown together. No one wants to really ask, so what's wrong with you? Sometimes it seems that our kind of situation is in some ways worse than other people's, but in other ways it's actually a damn sight better. You know, you see people like Tracy, who's got a really obvious skin condition.
Yeah.
That for me is actually worse. I think the thought of that is worse than this.
Hi, Jodie.
25-year-old Jodine is about to start her first treatment since arriving at the spa. She suffers from hyperhidrosis, excessive sweating, an embarrassing illness that dominates her life and has affected her confidence.
I feel like I'm totally alone on this one, and I do look at it as being unhygienic, and I'm not an unhygienic person. I can have up to about 10 showers a day, but saying that is quite an embarrassing condition, which I myself hid for a lot of years.
And those closest to her share her pain.
If I could just take it away from her, I love it.
Other conditions that you have, like medical conditions?
I have asthma.
Asthma? Oh.
I do have inhalers if I need them, but I don't use them very often.
It's interesting because in Chinese medicine, the skin and the lung relates very much together.
Right.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't. I was smoking as well until I came here.
Until
I came to the
Really?
spa.
How many cigarettes?
Between about 5 and 10 a day.
And you stopped?
I had my last one the morning that I came here. Before
Wow.
I got here.
How brave.
I just haven't mentioned it because I didn't want to make a big issue out of it. And
And how do you feel not
brilliant.
smoking? Yeah, it's good?
There's only been about twice I've really wanted one. But
So you don't miss it much?
No.
How are you doing emotionally?
Get quite low when I'm at home, but that's because of my condition. But while I've been here, it's just...
You feel good?
Yeah. Because it's not such a massive issue, because everybody that's here has got different conditions. So nobody's judging us.
While Yair continues with Jodine's consultation, it's time for Daniel to meet up with Middy. He's only 25, yet weighs over 20 stone, and it's something he's desperate to change.
I would really like to lose some weight and get a bit more fitter again, and be able to do some more activities and stuff.
Daniel's obesity is linked directly with his lifestyle, and in particular poor diet. He skips breakfast and eats ready meals or takeaways most of the time. But weight problems are often linked to emotional issues, and this is something Middy is keen to explore.
No changes at home?
No. Well, maybe, I don't know.
Change at school?
No, just there were some problems at home I don't really want to go into, but there were some problems at home that were probably affecting me a little. I mean...
There was a very definite point at which the weight became a problem, became an issue, and he's not at this point happy to go there. It's clearly something that's very deep and very emotional. So it's holding you back?
Well, I think it is, yeah.
Is it holding you back socially at all? Do you feel that?
In some aspects, but not others.
Do you feel confident chatting up girls, talking to girls? Is that because of your weight or just because you're not confident?
I think I contribute a lot to my weight, a lot of it.
During this detox week, I think it's really important that he learns about nutrition, because he genuinely doesn't know that a lot of what he does to himself in terms of what he eats, his habits, are impacting directly on how he looks, how he feels, how he sleeps. As he starts to feel better because he's eating differently, we'll then be able to start working on the change.
While patients not booked in for treatment bask in the sun, Yair's looking for obstructions in Jodine's energy in his special psychic way.
So I want to tell you what I've seen, okay? Basically, your energy is very beautiful. You know, it's not very congested. It's nice. It's good. The only place that there is a problem is the energy of the chest.
Right.
I'm gonna treat you with points that will release energies that came from outside and holding your chest.
And with just 7 needles on various meridian points, the effect is instant.
What do you feel?
I feel like my breathing's getting deeper.
Yeah.
I just feel like my chest's opening out a bit more.
Relax completely.
We find acupuncture works very well with the kind of conditions that we've got within our group. It helps people open up, it helps people release blockages, it helps people really uncover the nature of their condition. But it takes a very intuitive acupuncturist to be able to detect that, and we have that by the ton load with Yair.
I just want to tell you about your constitution. According to Chinese astrology, is a lot of creativity. I don't know if you recognize some need to do things or...
I do feel like I need to do things, but it's always my hyperhidrosis that's holding me back. Even things like going to college though, doing different courses.
You should do everything.
I know.
You're young, talented, beautiful. All the world is open for you, waiting. Yeah. I feel very touched from her case. It looks to me that she's really holding all her life because of her condition, so that made me quite sad, and really I want to help her as much as possible so she can break through and just live her life and enjoy her life.
I mean, I've had acupuncture before and I didn't think it was any good at all, so I went in thinking, oh, can't really see much point in this, but it was just the most bizarre experience ever. Just, I could feel things going on in my body and that I've just never experienced before. I've been really happy since I've been here, just because I feel quite normal, just because everybody else is. It's the first time in my life I'd say that I actually feel quite normal, because I'm not the odd one out. It's made me realise that I'm just holding back from everything that I've wanted to do. There's so much I want to do with my life, and because of my sweating I won't do it. But I'm 25-year-old. I've never hurt anybody. I'm a really nice, friendly person, and it's just destroying my life.
But even though Yaya's treatment seemed to be working, Jodine isn't positive about the future.
I don't think there's anything at all that will cure me. I think this is going to be me for the rest of my life. I think I've just got to come to terms with it mentally. But I really do not think there's any cure at all.
Acupuncture seems to have unlocked Jodine's fears about her excessive sweating, and the tears are in fact an important part of the healing process. Whether Yair can unlock some of Dan's emotional blocks remains to be seen.
Well, I've always had eczema.
Since childhood, yeah?
Since childhood, but it was mainly on my hands, sometimes on my feet. But then when I was about 20, it kind of went all over me.
Dan is 33 and has severe eczema, a chronic and recurring itchy inflammation of the skin. He has never tried alternative therapy and has found the only way to control his flare-ups is through an extreme course of steroid and immunosuppressant creams and tablets.
It's a very tough call to expect dramatic changes in him in 2 weeks. What I want is to really see a massive step forward in terms of how he feels, in terms of starting to see a difference in his skin. And I think Yair will be able to tune right into him as well.
So mainly on the feet right now. Yeah?
Yeah.
And back of your leg.
Back of my legs, inside
Groins.
in my groin, inside of my thighs.
Okay. Can I look at your tongue, please? Okay. Yeah. Each part of the tongue reflects part of the body, and in your case, the more frontal part of the tongue is a little bit red, which relate to the chest or to the lung energy.
Yeah.
Skin as well relates to the energy of the lung, and asthma, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something in that system is not balanced.
Yeah.
As we saw with Jodine, Yair's treatment goes beyond the mere physical to the psychological as well.
How about your emotional state, like in general?
It can get me down a bit.
Can you tell me more about it?
I don't think I am really full-on depressive.
Yeah, but you feel like there's some
I'm a bit
moody. My feeling here that we only touch the surface with him, and either he's not aware of many things, or he's still holding in and doesn't feel comfortable or ready. We need to go deeper and to try and access more information.
Great.
Yeah, good luck, huh?
Well, thanks a lot.
Tomorrow you start your first detox day.
Yeah, and I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye, all the best.
It's late afternoon at the Spa of Embarrassing Illnesses, and the group's getting ready for the Last Supper. Tomorrow is the start of their system detox proper, a 7-day fast of only juices and broth. But temptation has been laid in their path after the chance discovery of an open storeroom.
0.0% beer? What kind of bloody place have they brought?
Someone's not partaking in the group's uprising, though. IBS sufferer Amy's feeling the weight of her emotions again. It's becoming apparent that issues from her past are blocking her healing process. Yair's there to talk her through it.
Can you tell me what you feel? Just what you
I just
feel now.
feel really sad.
Very sad. Yeah.
That's what I felt like for 5 years.
Yeah. Lonely and sad.
And I think yesterday, having touched upon some of the emotion, it was like I've done that quite a lot at home, and I had bouts of releasing it, and then only been able to speak to my parents about it, and so there's only so much of it that gets released, and then it's like, well, you've let some of it go now, so pack it back away and then carry on. So yesterday it felt like that. It felt like I'd done a little bit, and then it felt like the norm for me, which was to
push it down,
stop it again and pretend to be Amy.
I'm going to stay down here or else I'm going to do something really bad.
The storeroom mutiny is quelled by Melissa. A compulsive overeater, she knows she's the most susceptible to junk food, and she's laying down the law.
No, you've got to be strong. Come on, get out now.
I reckon I pat down in order right now. Turn round, come on.
Tell me, where do you feel your emotions?
Just here.
All the time, the same place?
Yeah.
That's where you feel sadness and the loneliness, yeah?
And it hurts. But then I get panicked.
Yeah, I understand.
Because for me, from what I suffered with before, it's this whole thing, and it's always a reminder about eating.
Yeah.
And I've struggled for years to get over that.
lady, I kept thinking, I need that lump to go because I can't eat when I've got that lump.
Yeah.
And it's stupid, but it's what my mind's thinking, and I'm thinking, I've got to relax and like calm it down and let it go because I'm going to have to go and eat with the group in a bit. Do you know what I mean? And it panics me.
Yeah. So I think for now it's not so important if you go with the group or you don't go with the group. That's not the case. The case is that, you know, I'll help you. Together we can move this energy.
I think where it started was because when I had that year, I'd gone from never been ill, never having a worry in the world, to suddenly being faced with a lot of different situations within that relationship. But when it came to an end, I decided to go, and I dealt with other things as well that year, and then I decided to go travelling. I was like, that's it, I'm going to go travelling. And I was like, away at the other side of the world on my own. And I've always had a strong family unit as well. So I felt like I was suddenly, with my own choice, I had nothing. Do you know what I mean? It was like
lonely,
so lonely. And it just started then. And then ever since then, I've carried around this heavy weight.
Yes.
And I don't want to be like that anymore.
Of course not.
You know, I just want to feel happy.
That's okay, and we'll help you, you know, we'll help you. It's a detox, yeah? So, feeling your emotions and also doing all the detox process will help you so much. So, you'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay?
Yeah, thanks.
With the group minus Amy marshalled under the eagle eyes of Melissa, it's a short walk down the hill to the village, and spirits are high.
I am not detoxing anymore! I give up!
Sorry.
That's alright. I still feel a little bit anxious.
You feel anxious? What's going on in your stomach? Tense?
Doesn't feel as tense.
Okay guys, this is your last supper as such before you go into what we would call the detox proper, true detox, lots of nutrients but not actual food that you chomp with your mouth. So it's a great moment always for me the night before detox really begins, because having done so many myself and Amanda as well, we know just how fantastic it is and what a lot you're going to get out of it.
How have the other people coped that have done it?
Pretty much the same as you. A lot of anticipation, because it seems mad to be entering, 7 days.
Unknown.
Yeah.
The unknown, and also food is so integral to everyone's lives. And to go without actual food for 7 days, I think it is incredibly brave if you've never done it before.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we raise our glasses to the cleanest colons in all of Spain?